All right, got just injury update wise. We'll have two players that will be out for the game: Fabian Moreau and Jalen Redmond. He did, as we worked through the week, coming out of the game. Our medical staff and Tyler Williams did a great job identifying. He just, wasn't all the way there yet. He's doing well, but we're going to allow him to finish off working through the protocol. So those will be the two players out. C.J. Ham will be questionable, as well as Harrison Smith. CJ just, his ankle just got a little sore, but he moved around really well today. We'll see how he feels tomorrow. And then Harrison, with his foot, will be questionable, but did get in some good work today. So keep you guys posted. Very much looking forward to a big-time challenge this week, going on the road, expecting an atmosphere, hostile environment, possibly some weather. We're prepared for whatever may come about, and we know it's going to be a challenge. Really well coached. Mike's done a great job with this team. Got a lot of respect for the Seahawks organization and the talent they have and their coaching. So it's going to be a challenge in all three phases.
Where is Stephon Gilmore at? Is he back to full strength?
He is.
Kevin, with Harrison Smith, did that come up on Thursday? I know he was DNP on Thursday after being limited Wednesday. Did it happen in practice, or was that kind of a plan for the week?
No, it came out of the game, and then that was we normally are smart with the work week for him, and just kind of with how our workload on a shorter week kind of came up, it was best to kind of go limited, DNP limited. So it was all part of the plan from the early part of the week. You have to have big hands, which you won't see me throwing a lot of footballs in pregame. It's some guys just have a natural ability. Everybody, there's a technique and fundamentals to gripping the football, but everybody grips it differently, and sometimes it affects others more so than some guys. Sam's played. We got rain in London, and kind of had a little bit of it felt like a slick field that night in London on that turf. So our guys have kind of dealt with pretty similar environment that what we'll see in Seattle. Expecting a little moisture. It's going to be like I said, a heck of an environment. We got to go play. This is a team that they've got great team speed. They fly around, especially at home, and we're going to have to play well and be great with our ball security, regardless of what the circumstances are involving the weather.
Change how you call the game at all?
It's always kind of, you never go into it with any certain kind of plays that you're not going to call. You kind of assess it as you go, and the dialogue with Sam of how he's feeling and our receivers, tight ends, backs. Overall, it's just stressing. We got some work. Got it right over there, man. The water bucket there. We got a few periods in the wet ball drill this week, and making sure our guys, center quarterback exchange is always paramount. Ball handling between the quarterbacks and the backs, and then throwing and catching the wet ball is something we got some work at this week. And I already mentioned we've played a game in a similar environment to what I think we'll play in Sunday.
How much of a challenge is the defensive front?
Yeah, to me it's one of the better fronts in football that combines really impactful players like a Leonard Williams and some other guys in there, and then the depth. It just seems like when you turn on the tape, you're like, oh, that had to be 99 making that play, and it's not. They've got guys they keep fresh, they roll them. So it's gonna be a challenge, especially in the noise. Them playing on their home turf and getting off the rock. So we're gonna have to be really, really good. Elite communication, and then that play style term is gonna have to show up in both the run and pass phase against this front. Really good group.
Jones added to that mix.
Yeah, I was around Ernest, from the early part of his career. He's got the unique trait of football makes sense to him. I just always remembered, even as a young player, he took on the green dot role very early, and just seemed to always be aware, and not only of his own job, but all 11. And you can see it. Didn't get a lot of, obviously when you're traded in season, you don't have the layered part of the teaching phase that a lot of guys do throughout training camp in the off season. And he looks incredibly comfortable in there, flying around, and definitely somebody we're going to have to be aware of at all times if we're going to have high execution.
There's some talk in Seattle about their fans selling tickets to Vikings fans and Packers fans last week. With the way this fan base travels, like how does that change the dynamic for your road games when you know so many Vikings fans are going to be there?
Yeah, we learned, we had a situation kind of come up this year where it ended up being a little bit more crowd noise than maybe we thought, knowing how many of our fans were going to travel. So we've kind of learned that we're treating it as a road game, and there's nothing that, brings our guys more joy than seeing, purple all over the stadium, and that's something it's welcome to us and our traveling party to have a few folks join us out to Seattle for sure. Thank you, guys.